Something big is coming to Heartland, something that could change everything Amy Fleming has built with her own hands. After years of healing horses and hearts, Amy now finds herself standing on the edge of the most painful choice of her life: to protect her career or the people she loves. Season 19, Episode 6 is not just another chapter in Hudson's story. It's the storm we've all been waiting for. Betrayals will surface, secrets will explode, and by the time this episode ends, Amy's world might never look the same again. The trailer for Heartland Season 19 Episode 6 opens the doors to a tension that has been building quietly, almost like thunder before lightning. Amy is still reeling from the chaos of the last episode: the illness of the champion horse, the accusations from the Olympian, and the near collapse of her reputation. She's exhausted but determined, walking through the stable with that familiar look in her eyes, the one that says she won't stop until she finds the truth. And that truth, as we know, points straight toward Nathan's sister. The episode centers around the Hudson Rodeo, an event that usually brings joy, laughter, and the spirit of community. But this year it feels different. There's an air of suspicion following Amy everywhere she goes. The whispers haven't died down. People look at her with cautious eyes, their faith shaken by the rumors that she neglected two world-class horses. Even though she knows she did nothing wrong, Amy feels the weight of every stare. She's no longer the miracle girl. She's the trainer with a question mark over her name. Nathan tries to comfort her, but even his presence feels complicated now. His loyalty is torn in two between Amy and his sister, who still denies having anything to do with what happened. There's love in his voice when he tells Amy to focus on the rodeo and not on revenge, but Amy's silence says it all. Deep down, she knows that until she clears her name, nothing else matters. Her business, her future, and even her bond with Spartan depend on it. As the preparations for the rodeo begin, Amy finds herself alone in the barn late at night, brushing Spartan's mane and talking softly to him, the way she always does when her heart is heavy. There's something poetic in that scene. The girl who once healed everyone else now seeking comfort from the one creature who has always understood her pain. Spartan's eyes reflect years of shared memories, victories, losses, and moments when both nearly gave up. But this time, Amy isn't just fighting for herself. She's fighting for every horse that ever trusted her hands. Meanwhile, Nathan's sister lurks on the edges of the story, calm but strangely watchful. She knows Amy suspects her. There's a flash of guilt, or maybe fear, when she crosses paths with Amy in the stables. But Amy doesn't confront her. Not yet. Instead, she plays it smart, collecting small clues, like pieces of a puzzle that might finally reveal the truth. And though she tries to stay composed, there's a quiet fire in her, that unshakable Heartland spirit that refuses to break. No matter how heavy the burden, Jack, as always, senses that something is wrong. His instincts are sharp, maybe sharper than Amy's at times, but even he can't see the full picture yet. He warns Amy not to let anger cloud her judgment, reminding her that truth has a way of revealing itself in time. But Amy's patience is fading. Every hour she waits feels like another step closer to losing everything she's worked for. In a moment that defines her state of mind, Amy finds an old photo of her mother, a reminder of where her journey began. Marion Fleming once faced similar battles, balancing passion with integrity and love with sacrifice. That memory reignites something in Amy: courage, determination, the belief that no one, not even fate, can rewrite her story for her. And then comes the turning point. While cleaning the tack room, Amy notices a strange residue on one of the brushes, a faint, oily substance that smells unfamiliar. Her mind flashes back to the day of the horse's illness, to Nathan's sister standing there, her hands moving across the same equipment. The realization hits like a jolt. Could this be the proof she's been waiting for? Or is it just another cruel coincidence? Amy doesn't know yet, but one thing is certain. She's close. As the night fades into dawn, Amy steps outside, breathing in the cold Hudson air. The fields are quiet, but inside her chest, the storm is louder than ever. She knows that at the rodeo, everything will come to light. The truth, the lies, and the price she must pay to reclaim her name. Episode 6 isn't just about winning back trust. It's about facing betrayal head-on, even if it means losing someone she loves in the process. And just as the trailer's final seconds roll, we hear Amy's voice, steady, defiant, and full of resolve. If I don't stand up for myself now, I might never get another chance. Those words echo through the silence like a promise or a warning. Because when the rodeo begins, so does the reckoning. The morning of the Hudson Rodeo arrives with the kind of energy that feels both thrilling and dangerous. The entire town is alive. Music playing, horses neighing, banners waving. Yet beneath that excitement, a quiet tension runs through everything. Everyone knows that this year's rodeo isn't just about competition. It's about reputation, redemption, and truth. For Amy, it's her battlefield. She walks through the crowd with that steady calm we've seen before, the kind that hides a storm underneath. Her boots hit the ground with purpose. The whispers start again as people notice her arrival. That's her, someone murmurs. The trainer who lost the Olympian's horse. Amy pretends not to hear it, but deep down, every word cuts like glass. Still, she keeps her head high. Today isn't about defending herself with words. It's about proving who she truly is, in front of everyone who doubted her. Nathan finds her near the stables, his expression mixed between concern and hope. He tells her that his sister won't be competing, but will be watching from the VIP stands. Amy nods. That's exactly what she expected. The woman is too proud to face the crowd, too guilty to stay away. Nathan doesn't know it, but Amy has already made her plan. She's not here just to compete. She's here to uncover the truth. Throughout the morning, Amy focuses on her work, training the horses, helping riders prepare, offering advice with her usual warmth. But her eyes keep drifting to Nathan's sister, who sits quietly in the stands, avoiding eye contact. The air between them is thick with unspoken tension. Amy knows she's walking a dangerous line. If she accuses her without proof, she'll look desperate. But if she waits too long, the opportunity might vanish forever. Then something strange happens. As Amy checks Spartan's saddle, she notices a small mark, a faint discoloration near the strap. It's the same oily residue she found the night before. Her heartbeat quickens. The realization is immediate and terrifying. Someone has been tampering again. Whoever tried to ruin her before is still at it, maybe planning to strike during the rodeo. Amy's hands tremble for a moment, but then resolve takes over. She's not going to run from this. Not anymore. When the rodeo begins, the crowd erupts with applause. Riders showcase their best skills, laughter and cheers filling the air. But Amy's focus is razor sharp. Every sound fades except for the rhythm of Spartan's breathing beside her. When her turn finally comes, she takes a deep breath and mounts her trusted partner. The arena falls silent for a brief, powerful moment, as if the world itself is holding its breath for her. Spartan moves with grace, strength, and unshakable confidence. Every step is a reminder of the bond they've built, a connection no rumor can break. As Amy rides, you can almost feel her emotions pouring through the screen. Defiance, pride, love. The crowd watches in awe, the same people who doubted her now whispering in amazement. For a few minutes, she's not the accused trainer anymore. She's the Amy Fleming they all remember, fearless and full of heart. But just as she's about to finish her routine, Spartan suddenly flinches. His movements become erratic. The crowd gasps. Amy's heart sinks. She stops the horse, quickly calming him down, whispering softly. Then she notices it again, that faint chemical smell. The same one. Her eyes dart to the stands, and for a split second, she sees Nathan's sister watching her, frozen in shock. That's when Amy knows. It's her. Without hesitation, Amy signals for the vet and dismounts. The crowd murmurs in confusion. Jack rushes over, demanding to know what happened. Amy takes the brush she used earlier, holds it up, and says quietly, "Someone's been tampering with my horse." The rodeo grounds fall silent. The tension is unbearable. Nathan steps forward, confused and defensive. "Amy, what are you saying?" he asks. But she doesn't answer him. Her eyes lock on his sister. "You know what I'm saying," Amy says firmly. The woman's face drains of color. For a moment, she tries to deny it, but Amy doesn't back down. She explains everything, the illnesses, the residue, the timing, all connecting to Nathan's sister. The crowd watches, stunned. The Olympian, who had accused Amy earlier, steps forward too, listening intently. Slowly, the truth begins to unravel. Amy's calm, logical explanation leaves little room for doubt. Nathan's sister tries to walk away, but Amy stops her. "You wanted to ruin me," Amy says, her voice trembling but strong. "But you nearly killed two innocent horses." The woman finally breaks down, admitting that she wanted to humiliate Amy out of jealousy. Jealousy that Nathan always defended her. Jealousy that everyone in Hudson adored the miracle girl. It's a confession that shakes everyone to the core. The silence that follows is deafening. Nathan looks devastated, torn between anger and heartbreak. He apologizes to Amy, but his words barely reach her. She's relieved, but emotionally drained. Everything she's worked for, her career, her name, her peace, nearly vanished because of someone's bitterness. When the dust settles, Amy takes Spartan for a slow walk outside the arena. The crowd starts to cheer again, this time out of respect. They finally understand. The truth has spoken louder than the rumors. But Amy doesn't smile. She looks up at the sky, thinking of her mother, thinking of everything she had to endure to get here. Justice feels bittersweet when it comes at such a cost. And the trailer's final moments, Nathan approaches her. His voice is soft, but there's distance now, the kind of silence that only heartbreak leaves behind. "I'm sorry, Amy," he says, eyes full of regret. "I didn't see what she was doing." Amy looks at him, her heart torn. "You didn't want to see," she replies quietly. And just like that, their fragile connection begins to break. As the screen fades to black, the trailer ends with one haunting line, Amy's voice, echoing through the emptiness. The truth doesn't always set you free. Sometimes, it just shows you who you can't trust anymore. And that's when we realize episode 6 isn't just about redemption. It's about the price of it. When the dust finally settles over the Hudson Rodeo, Heartland feels heavier than ever. The crowds have left, the cheers have faded, and the sun dips low behind the fields. But for Amy, the echoes of the day still ring in her ears. Every word, every glance, every moment when everything she built nearly crumbled. The truth is out now, yes, but it hasn't brought peace. It has brought distance, silence, and the kind of pain that lingers long after the applause ends. Nathan hasn't spoken to her since the confrontation. She can still see the look in his eyes, that mix of betrayal and disbelief. He wanted to protect his sister, and Amy understands that, but she can't forget how quickly he doubted her. That's what hurts most. Not the rumors, not the gossip, but knowing that the one person she trusted couldn't see her truth until it was too late. Heartland has always been a story about healing, but sometimes healing means accepting that not everything broken can be fixed. Amy spends the next morning alone in the stables. The soft rustle of hay and Spartan's slow breathing are the only sounds that keep her grounded. She brushes his coat gently, whispering her thoughts like a prayer. Spartan, the constant companion through every storm, stands calm and steady. His warmth is enough to remind her of who she really is, not a trainer trying to prove her worth, but a woman who's already earned it through years of compassion and grit. Still, beneath that calm, there's a question echoing in her mind. What now? Jack finds her there, leaning against the stall, lost in thought. He doesn't lecture her this time. Instead, he just says quietly, "You did what you had to do." It's not approval or pity. It's understanding. The kind of understanding that only comes from someone who's carried their own scars. Amy nods, fighting back tears. "I didn't want to hurt him, Jack," she says softly. "I just wanted the truth." Jack gives her that small, knowing smile. "Truth hurts, Amy, but lies destroy. You chose the right pain." Those words settle deep within her heart, painful, but true. Meanwhile, the town starts to turn in Amy's favor again. The Olympian publicly apologizes for her earlier accusations, and Amy's clients begin to call back, booking her for sessions. Her reputation, once cracked, begins to heal. Yet Amy doesn't feel like celebrating. There's something missing, or maybe someone. The silence between her and Nathan feels louder than any rumor ever was. Lindy, innocent and full of hope, becomes the bridge between them. She asks Amy why Nathan doesn't visit anymore, and Amy doesn't know how to answer. She simply says, sometimes people need time to find their way back. But inside, she isn't sure if Nathan ever will. She wants to believe in forgiveness, but the wound is still too fresh, too raw. Then, a letter arrives. It's from Nathan. The handwriting is shaky, the words few, but sincere. He thanks Amy for standing by the truth, admits that he failed to see his sister's darkness, and says he needs time, not to stay away, but to become the kind of man worthy of standing beside her. It's not an apology wrapped in promises, it's honesty wrapped in pain. And for Amy, that's enough for now. She doesn't need perfection. She needs truth, the one thing she's always fought for. As the episode nears its end, Amy takes Spartan out for a quiet ride across the fields. The light is golden, the world peaceful again. She breathes deeply, feeling the weight slowly lift off her shoulders. Every hoofbeat reminds her that life moves forward, no matter how heavy the past feels. The open fields stretch endlessly ahead, full of possibility, uncertainty, and hope. Then the trailer gives us a final glimpse of what's to come. Lou and Jack are seen discussing something serious in the kitchen, hinting at new family challenges ahead. Georgie is mentioned briefly, a message, perhaps, that she might be returning soon. And as for Amy, the camera lingers on her face one last time, calm, strong, but with that familiar spark of determination in her eyes. She's not broken. She's becoming something new. The narrator's voice, soft but full of meaning, closes the trailer with a final line that stays with you long after it fades to black. Every storm leaves a mark, but sometimes that mark becomes the reason we shine brighter than before. That's Heartland at its core. Not a story about perfect people, but about real hearts that bend, break, and still find the strength to keep beating. Episode May 6th have ended in heartbreak, but it also marks the beginning of something deeper, a season that dares to ask, how far can forgiveness go, and what happens when love and truth collide? As the screen fades out, the title appears, Heartland Season 19, Episode 6, The Rodeo Reckoning. And in that moment, every fan watching knows one thing, the storm isn't over yet. It's only changing direction.